So what one piece of advice would we give to somebody who is maybe going to get married soon, or is maybe married already and struggling?
Basically, to be yourself, and not to be too concerned about, what people are going to think, what the new members of the family are going to think. I think we put a lot of emphasis on that sometimes about, what are others going to think of me. I think when you're your true self, people also open up as well, and they start being themselves. And it's also about, I think, I would say, if you do come across a situation which is a little bit, a little bit difficult or a bit challenging, just to try and confront it and try and just see it like, if it was your own family, how would you tackle it? The people that you've been living with a long time, obviously it's a lot easier to do. But if you try that with your new family as well, new relationships, I think that you'll be surprised with the outcome.
I just think that the bond between husband and wife is one of the strongest, I think, predictors of how well they're both going to do in marriage, regardless of the in-laws and the extended family. So they're going to have a massive bearing. But I think that we've talked about how important the husband's role is in managing the loyalties and demonstrating to his wife that he supports her. And I think that's got to come from a bond that they share together and an understanding, and a mutual understanding, I'd say.
I would say, from my own experience, communication, like it's such a off the bat, yeah, of course, talk to each other. But I know that, like, when you don't, you really internalize all the stuff, you keep it within, and it becomes much harder then once you kind of let it go or hold it and carry on, because then it just builds up. So really find a way that you can speak to your husband, because I think, again, like Darshan's saying, that needs to be the person that you speak to first. So even if there are issues or concerns with other family members, speak to your husband first, and hopefully your husband will speak to you, and then think about, like, what's the best way then, for the next, what do I do now, really, because the honesty, like, it has to be from the get-go. Like, if you're struggling, don't hold it, don't try and manage it on your own. This isn't, marriage isn't meant to be on your own. There's two of you. So, work together to try and figure it out, because it will take some time, and maybe years even, but you can get there together.
For me, I'd kind of say, if there's a nugget of advice out there for anyone entering a relationship or going to be getting married, or maybe struggling in their relationship, is that you have to be complete individually by yourself first. Your husband or your partner does not complete you. And so you always kind of think about it, like, if you're struggling and you can't maybe talk to your partner, talking elsewhere is okay as well.
Yeah, and I would echo that. You have to fill your own cup, because whatever you give out is also what you get back. So in different relationships, sometimes people will say, "Oh, people are playing games," or why is that person always speak to me like that? Why don't they respect me? And I truly believe a lot of the time we get back what we give. So for me, it's always been self-reflection. Not always, but I've learned over time to do that self-reflection first. Like, what is this? What have I done? What's my part in this role? And then move on from there. Because sometimes it's really quick. There's just misunderstandings that go up. But if we look at it from other people's points of views as well, we can kind of get that holistic point of view. And like, you said, obviously truth, having the courage to just speak the truth. I personally, in my marriage, I've had to learn how to do that over time, because I never saw that modeled in the marriages or the relationships that I saw in front of me. But it definitely has been the key, is even if my husband's not great at articulating himself or his feelings, it's been much easier for him to do that, as I've learned to do that as well. Yeah.
And isn't it sometimes we seek that happiness from these relationships? We're trying to get it from there. And I think that quote comes to mind. They say, like, happiness is an inside job. So just really, I think it brings together everything that everyone's really said, that we've got to be happy within ourselves. I think that just fits in really nicely about how individually two people have their own identities as well, and then when they're together, it just comes together really nicely.